What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with a brand new season of Sistas on BT, you guys. So this is season 5, episode 1. The episode is titled "Pain and Suffering." And with that, no, I haven't even done it. So before we just jump into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and aren't subscribed yet, do me a huge solid favor. Stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys can do me a favor by liking the video, giving me that big huge thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss Sistas on BT, shall we? All right, you guys, so I don't know what timeline we're in, because you guys know I've been watching Fatima, so I don't know how this coincides with Fatima, especially with what happened in last week's episode of Fatima. Now, I know it's just about to come out, so I don't know what's going to happen in the final 4 episodes of the season, but hey, neither here nor there. So we see Andy and we see Fatima. So Andy and Fatima are in Andy's office and they're trying to work, but Fatima is upset, and Andy's like, what's wrong? She was like, she was talking about the fact that somebody got called, been upset about being called a bitch. And Andy's like, I know nobody called you a bitch. She's like, no, he would be, down in the ground. And she's like, well, what's wrong? She says, Gary, I was talking to him. He said he was here to see his lawyer, but I mentioned you. And she says, well, I'm not his lawyer. He said, and that's exactly what he said. That bitch ain't my lawyer. She said, wait a minute. He called me a bitch? Yeah, Andy, he called you a bitch. So they're going to go down to Hayden's office. So then we move over and we see Karen. So Karen and Pam are at the doctor's office, right? So Karen is asking Pam, do you think it's bad? Well, you did spot, although we didn't see it. But hey, Pam said you spotted. We're going to believe Pam, right? So Pam says, no, Karen, no. And then, Karen's talking about, hey, everything is just upside down. Well, everything is upside down, Karen, because of you. Like, let's not play that game. Oh, y'all, Karen and her wig is back. Y'all know how I feel about Karen. Karen and her wig are back. But okay, that's neither here nor there, right? So Pam says, Karen, I admire you because you are smart and you got your shit together. I was like, what shit does Karen have together? She just got her business back on track. Her love life is a mess. I wasn't trying to do that, you guys. When my love life is a headache, I wasn't trying to do that. But her love life is a mess. So what SHIT does Karen have together? Karen don't know who the father of this child is. I'm glad she finally admits that in this episode. So Karen's mom calls her and she was like, something's wrong with you. I'm on my way. She's like, where are you? So she tells her where she's at. So her mom says, I'm coming down there. So let's pause here and let's move forward, you guys. So next up, you guys, we got these 2 weak ass dudes, Gary and Hayden. Now, child, the fact that Hayden is sitting here trying to paint it like he's actually had a long relationship with Fatima, I'm like, Hayden, Pinocchio, stop lying. You ain't never, she said your dick was whack. So what are you talking about, right? So Andy and Fatima come into the office, right? And he says, he says that they'll get that bitch back. And when he said that, that's when Andy and Fatima came in, right? And Andy's, like, so you're going to sue me? And Andy then asked him, are you doing this to hurt me? And girl, if you have to ask the question, okay, Andy girl, is the elevator on? Is anybody home? Yes, he's doing this to hurt you. You know what? Leave Andy alone. Let's leave Andy alone for a few minutes, right? Yeah, we're going to leave Andy alone. We ain't going to go too deep on Andy. So Andy tries to make a deal with Rockhead Gary, right? So Andy paid for the taxes on the penthouse, right? Because she sold her place. I'm like, girl, when did you sell your place? Didn't you? Huh? When? Never mind, Tyler. I just don't remember Andy selling her place. But maybe she did. I don't remember her selling her place, but why would you sell your place? this is Gary we're talking about. So yeah, she says she'll give Gary everything back, but she just wants the money that she paid out for the taxes. So then we see Q. So Q is on the phone with Logan, and Logan tells him that they got them, meaning Sabrina and Maurice, right? And that they're gonna let him go. I was like, but he, even if y'all want to say that Sabrina and Maurice were behind the bank robbery, which, how? Name somebody that's gonna be foolish enough to rob. I just want Tyler to write better for these shows. If somebody's gonna rob a bank, why would you, and you work in the banking system, wouldn't the smart thing to do would be not to put yourself in harm's way? Wouldn't it be smart to not put yourself in harm's way? Q and his friends came to the bank and held them at gunpoint. If Sabrina and Maurice were trying to get a little extra cash, wouldn't they have robbed another? Wouldn't they have sent them to another bank? They know the system, so they know how things work. You would say, go to this bank on such and such boulevard or such and such street. Go between the hours of this and this and that. Don't let them, make sure that they have their hands up so that they can't touch the money, touch the money clip and all that kind of stuff. But instead, they're going to rob their own bank. How much sense does that make? Okay, Tyler, I guess. But hey, excuse me, y'all, didn't mean to yawn in y'all face. But okay, I guess if that's what we're gonna go with, that's what we're gonna go with it, right? So Calvin comes in and he's asking, where is Maurice at? I was like, okay, cool. So then he tells Q that he can't stay there. I was like, wait, what? You're the reason that Q is even here in the first place. You felt bad for Q, and you told Maurice to bring Q in. Did you forget that? Because I sure the hell didn't. The only reason that Q came in the house is because of you. So then he's talking about, well, if you stand, I can't stay here. I was like, say what now, Calvin? Calvin, get out of my face. So Q has cooked, right? And he's telling, Calvin to eat. And Calvin's phone is ringing, and it's from the correctional facility. And Q is like, I don't know anybody that would be calling me from the correctional facility. The only person that I know about dealing with that is you. And Q says, well, you don't have to worry about me going there. Again, child. So Logan is a jack of all trades with cops. He's a trafficking cop as well as a cop that investigates. He's a trafficking cop, and he's also a cop that's investigating a robbery. When do you sleep, sir? Neither here nor there, but hey, so like I said, his phone was ringing, right? So Q eventually turned off Calvin's phone. I don't care, you guys. Let's pause here. Let's move forward. So Karen's mom showed up to the hospital with Karen, right? So Karen told her mom that she's pregnant, and she's like, oh, well, where's the baby daddy? Let me call Zach. She's like, not too fast on that one. She's like, why not? Because I don't necessarily know that Zach is the father of my child. It's a possibility that someone else is. She's like, the accountant? Girl, he's not an accountant, he's a preacher. But okay, well, he might be an accountant by day. Actually, what does Aaron do by day? I don't know. So she's upset, and then she tells her about Zach and how he moved on, right? So come to find out, her mom has a similar story to Karen's with her dad. Her dad wasn't who she needed him to be when she had Karen. He left. She told him to leave. He got with another woman, and he became the man that she wanted him to be, so she was resentful of that. I was like, oh, so it's history repeating itself. Okay, cool. So then we see Andy and Fatima. So they were leaving for the day, right? And Zach came in to get Fatima. And this is where I was like thrown off and confused, because I was like, I watched Fatima, and in this past episode of Fatima, they're not in a good space because of, Zach got pissed off because she went and saw her. Now, if you guys have not watched Fatima, this is a spoiler. I also have reviews on the channel, so I don't really know how this could be a spoiler, but spoiler alert. In Fatima, Zach and Fatima are not in a good space because Fatima went and spoke with her ex-boyfriend. One of Zach's friends, saw it and told Zach, and Zach is pissed off at her. And Zach went to a party and he was dancing with another girl, a stripper. So I was like, what's the timeline? Because I was just like, what is the timeline with this show? I don't even know if Tyler knows, but hey, we're going to let Tyler be. We're going to let Tyler have it. Because I told myself yesterday, we're in Tyler Perry's world, and we're just in it. Literally. So, Hayden was there. Pissed off because Zach is out of jail. I'm so glad Andy told Hayden, get a life. So then we see Danny. So Danny is at the airport, and it's these two people that walk up to her counter and they're arguing. Now Danny is a lot better than I am, because when that woman kept calling Danny a bitch, I would have popped her ass. Because she called Danny a bitch one too many times. But Danny hit her with the, ma'am, have you been drinking? Smells like you've been drinking. So yeah, you're not going to be able to fly with us today. But the man, he eventually, got the things kind of calmed down. They're trying to go see their son. I'm like, how old is your son? Never mind. Let's pause here and move forward. So we see Aaron. So Aaron shows up to the salon looking for Karen. Now, mind you, it's dark at the salon, right? And I won't assume, because I was just about to say it's dark at the salon, and we don't know where Karen is. Because Karen ain't been at this, it's dark, and I'm pretty positive it was daylight when Karen went to the hospital. So is Karen at the hospital trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with this baby? Okay, Tyler. But he shows up, so he hasn't heard from Karen. He's asking Pam, and Pam is not telling him anything. I'm like, wow, that's a shock. Because Pam would be wanting to tell everybody's secrets. But okay, I'm cool with Pam not telling. So then Andy comes in, and, he asks Andy, have you talked to Karen? She says, no, I haven't talked to Karen. I've been calling her all day, but she hasn't responded to me. He says the same for me. So then he says, can I talk to you in her office? So they go to her office, and they talk. This conversation, what was it? Because I know she was trying to tell him some things about Karen, how she is as a person, but then she asked him, what did he tell Gary? Did he tell Gary to sue her? He says no, he didn't tell Gary to sue her. It was the fact that he was really sitting there trying to defend Gary that blew me. It's like, how can you defend Gary? You saw Gary was watching her through a telescope, but you still defend the man. Okay, I guess, if you say so. So then we see Zach and Fatima. So Zach and Fatima, they're going out on a date, right? I don't know if people call this a date, Zach, because he took her to the place where they first met. You guys remember she hit him with her car when he was riding that bicycle. And again, this is where I got thrown off, right? Because he was saying if they ever got to a bad space, they could always come back to this. So I'm hoping that in episode 7 and 8, that they can come back to this. But I don't know how. I don't know. Because if you guys saw the ending of episode 6 of Fatima, she was pissed off because of what one of her friends sent her. But that's neither here nor there. But hey. Okay, you guys. Okay. So then we see Sabrina. So Sabrina is getting booked. Now, Sabrina was asking some valid questions, and a woman that was trying to book her was rude. And then she talking about Sabrina was being unruly. I'm like, ma'am, she's just saying she's innocent, and she's not a criminal, and she's not a inmate. You're telling her she is. She's saying she doesn't want to do anything without her attorney. I mean, Tyler. Let's talk, Mr. Tyler. you do know that when they arrest people, right, they do book them. And you do know that they get their. I don't even know if Sabrina got her one phone call. I know Maurice did. I don't know why Maurice called Calvin, but hey, that's neither here nor there. But if you call your attorney, but Andy is a divorce attorney. But you could have called Andy, and Andy could have found somebody at the firm that could have went down and helped Sabrina. Okay, let's move on, you guys. I'm not frustrated. I'm not frustrated. I just be thinking about some of the plot holes in the storylines, and it just be like, what the hell? So Danny is calling Sabrina, and we know it's going to voicemail. So Preston shows up, and Preston is talking to Danny. Now this scene right here, I was just like, what the hell? So Preston is talking to Danny and telling Danny about this girl that he's dated since he was in the second grade or the first grade. I don't remember which grade they were in. They were in elementary school, right? And he's telling her that they stopped dating each other so that he can see, you know, basically so he can play the field and see what was out there, right? So then he tells Danny he's gonna go back home and he's gonna ask his girl to marry him. That is, if Danny tells him that she doesn't want him to do that. Sir, if that's what you want to do it. Like, I was just, okay. I was really perplexed and annoyed. But hey, you guys, that's the episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Overall, it was not the worst episode. It was good. Just a little bit of plot holes, and the plot holes for me was really because of Fatima. Like, I don't know where we are, what timeline Sistas is in versus what timeline Fatima is in. That was really the only issue that I had, was those two things. But other than that, we're pretty good episode. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you guys thought about it. Leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, share the video, thumbs up the video. And I'll see you guys later. Stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance. Be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.